Hello everyone, this is Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, and check out the very important notes section below for some important links. I want to thank the person who sent me some Bitcoin today. The Ethereum, that was also a nice gift, thank you much. And the SIA coin, thank you for the SIA coin. Anyway, sorry I'm still behind on replying to emails and just replying to comments in the comments section. I am totally back now, but I have a lot to catch up on. I'm going to try to catch up on things in the next 24 hours or so. People are contacting me, though, and I'm noticing that I'm going to have to remind everyone, I'm probably going to have to do this video every month or so, not to get caught up in scams, because people are starting to ask me questions about wanting to do things with their Bitcoin. They just don't want to hold their Bitcoin. They want to get into investments. And so today, let me remind you, if anyone wants you to get into an investment that deals with Bitcoin mining, don't do it. If you ever hear Bitcoin mining and someone wants your Bitcoin, run away. It's fake. They're going to take your money. It's a Ponzi scheme. So Bitcoin mining is a tremendous operation that involves huge warehouses filled with computers. You don't have a huge warehouse filled with computers or the technical knowledge to run a huge warehouse with computers. If you're emailing me asking me if you should get into Bitcoin mining, because you can't get into Bitcoin mining. Cloud mining is a scam. If you hear that term cloud mining, run away. All right, I wanted to correct something yesterday. I actually corrected it in the video, but I just want to make clear again. I was talking very fast yesterday, as I usually do, and I said something about speculations being good. No. Investments are better than speculations. Bitcoin is an investment, and there are all sorts of other cryptocurrency speculations. Most of them are completely dangerous. I have spoken about a few in the past that I thought were, there were two I thought were okay. And the Monero one produced a lot of good results, apparently. So people are very happy about that. But I am not a person who encourages investment in altcoins, because it's a speculation. It's a crapshoot. It's gambling. Anyway, from last week, a commenter, this is actually the story I'm about to talk about is from last week, but a commenter brought it up today. I'm going to link to it below. A Florida senator is drafting a bill to, or a state senator, I guess, to recognize Bitcoin as money in the state of Florida. So this has come up because there was a trial down there, and they couldn't get someone on money laundering because he was using Bitcoin. It's more complex than that. But my comment on this article and this concept is, I'm just wondering if they want to make it, they don't really care about Bitcoin, they just want to make it easier to arrest people who use Bitcoin for what they consider money laundering. If they consider Bitcoin money, they can say you're laundering money now. I don't know. I don't know. The woman, the senator, the state senator, does say that she doesn't want to drive away Bitcoin business from Florida like the BitLicense did from New York. So that's a positive. That sounds good. And clearing up the ambiguity of Bitcoin and money could make more mainstream money pour into Bitcoin. Because there are some people, some big investment funds out there, I think, that avoid Bitcoin because they don't know what it really is. So if you define it as money, there might be a lot of interest in it. Still, this whole thing could be disastrous by getting, they use the term government regulation in the article. So, and I don't like, I don't know if they can even really regulate Bitcoin, really, guys. But there's something, leaving it as ambiguous is kind of nice in a way, and on a certain level. So anyway, you read the article yourselves. You guys decide yourselves. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, so far for me, Bitcoin's working pretty well in the United States, other than the state of New York, apparently, where they've gone crazy. All right, And this kind of flows into a story that happened to me at the airport in Las Vegas late on Sunday night, early on Monday morning on the East Coast. It's a story about the TSA. I always opt out of the naked body scanner, and you guys should do the same if you've got some time and you don't like the possible. I don't know what it does to you, but I know when my sister and my sister-in-law were pregnant, they didn't want them to go through that thing. So, all right, why should anyone have to go through that thing? And in LAX, they don't have naked body scanners anymore. Anyway, I don't go through the naked body scanner. I always say to the lovely TSA people, I opt out. And then sometimes they take a long time, sometimes it's a short time. They'd send you to some guy, and he pats you down. So I did that. I said I opt out. Now, the second after I said I opt out, all of a sudden another TSI guy says, okay, everyone can go through the metal detector now. Well, that's all I want to do. I don't want to go through naked body scanner. I want to go through the metal detector. So I say to TSA guy, hey, I'll go through the metal detector. He said, no, it's too late. I said, wait, it's too late? Because I said I opt out? I opt in. I want to go through the metal detectors. I know it's too late. I said, what are these federal? I mean, this is like a complete federal regulation insanity. I said something like that, something with the word federal. I don't think I said insanity. And I was a little worried that they were going to arrest me at that point. But they didn't. Nothing bad happened. But my point is, look how horrible how horrible government organizations are when they're dealing with so-called regulation. The regulation in this point being, once you opt out, you can't go through anything. You have to get patted down by the man. And by the way, they sent me and I know this is a family channel, so I'm not going to try to be graphic here, but the man who patted me down, of course, he couldn't speak English very well, but the way in which he patted my private areas was hard. There was some hard patting and skimming going on, clearly touching my private areas, and I'm sorry young people have to hear this, and I hope young people don't have to be patted down because it could be disturbing to them. I am a grown-up, so I can take such things, but there was some touching of the private areas for this one person, coincidentally. So why any coin? By the way, I know someone was mentioning a coin last week, saying that the TSA liked this coin. Why would you even want to be associated with such an organization? And again, when we're talking about regulating Bitcoin and letting the state of Florida define it as money, when we start to get into regulations, it's a slippery slope. Then all of a sudden you're into something like the TSA. So I'm just giving examples of when something that's supposed to help us. I mean, that woman in Florida said she wanted to help the people. Well, the TSA is supposed to help the people too, but they don't help the people. It's a complete joke, and they're completely immovable. They would not let me go through the metal detector just because I didn't want to go through the naked body scanner, and I said I didn't want to go through the naked body scanner. By the way, I'm wondering what you guys, I travel a lot in the United States. The only TSA that I thought was okay was in Boise. That was the best TSA. I don't want to say TSA is good, by the way, because they're horrible. But the quickest, most efficient thing was Boise. I don't know if any of you have been to Boise. Lovely area, gateway to the Mountain West. Maybe because it's a smaller airport, but it is a major airport of the area. Anyway, I'd like to hear your feedback on what was your favorite TSA stop. And anyway, some people also have been enjoying my little life tips. So I have one little life tip. Don't watch TV. If you don't have to watch TV, don't watch it. I do not watch TV. When I'm at my parents' house, though, visiting, I always catch glimpses of Dancing with the Stars or the news or something completely horrible. Avoid the mainstream news, at least. Even on the internet, try to avoid the mainstream news. It's really trashy. It's mostly biased. And again, I don't like talking about politics very much, but with this Hillary Clinton situation, the mainstream people were clearly trying to avoid this illness thing, which was very clear to the internet media people. And it's so embarrassing for the mainstream media, this Clinton thing, at least for people with a thinking mind here. And by the way, reading on the internet is good for your head. It's better than just sitting there looking at the TV. Now, sitting there and watching YouTube is better than watching TV because YouTube has very targeted, well, if you find your niche out there, like Bitcoin, very targeted programs that really test the mind, I think, when it's something you're interested in. And we're not, I mean, I know personally I'm not here to give you fluff. I want to give you straight shots of information. And I think there are a lot of people in a lot of different genres on the internet that are just trying to give you straight shots of information. Some of it's pretty short too if you have a bad attention span. Some of it's longer and very in depth if you're into that also. It's not like this TV fluff stuff. So and again, think about on the TV, on the mainstream media, how often do you hear about Bitcoin? And in the mainstream newspapers and magazines, how often do you hear about Bitcoin? But on YouTube, you've got all sorts of Bitcoin channels and other people talking about Bitcoin, some good, some bad. So you can form an opinion. There are a lot of different opinions about a lot of different subjects on the internet, while on TV, there's just basically the same opinion about the very few subjects. So there's my little life tip of the day for the people who've been enjoying them. I'm Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister. I will talk to you later.